Legislation to make Puerto Rico the 51st state has long been stalled in Congress, but a new poll commissioned by the nonpartisan Puerto Rico Statehood Council, it finds overwhelming support for statehood among Hispanic voters, especially Puerto Ricans.
Our Karina Capabianca has the latest now from Washington, D.C.
1,000 likely Hispanic voters were questioned in the survey, including an oversample of Puerto Ricans. A total of 600 likely voters of Puerto Rican descent took part.
68% of Hispanics and 71% of Puerto Rican likely voters support statehood for Puerto Rico. Additionally, we found that both Hispanics broadly and Puerto Ricans specifically are more likely to support members of Congress and congressional candidates that support statehood for Puerto Rico, with 56% of Hispanics and 67% among Puerto Ricans.
The poll comes ahead of the midterm elections as Republicans seek to retain control of both the House and Senate. As a U.S. territory, Puerto Rico has no voting power in Congress.
We know that Hispanic voters in the 2024 election, many of them ended up voting for Trump. And now going into this election cycle and moving into the midterms, it's particularly important to see how these voters end up turning out and end up voting. And that may very well end up defining the balance of power in the U.S. House of Representatives and possibly even the U.S. Senate.
The Puerto Rico Status Act, which would let Puerto Ricans decide whether to become a state, passed out of the House with some bipartisan support under the Biden administration, but not the Senate. Some Republicans have opposed statehood because of concerns about Puerto Rico's finances and the potential of the island electing Democrats to Congress, shifting the balance of power. The poll also asked whether Venezuela and Cuba should become states and found no majority support for either country joining the U.S.
We were interested in looking at that because, these are ideas that have been floated in public discourse. Cuba and Venezuela, they are sovereign countries that are independent.
Last month, Puerto Rico's Republican governor, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, also visited Capitol Hill, renewing the push for statehood. In Washington, Karina Capabianca, Spectrum News.